Greetings. Today we're off to Eastleigh, just north of Southampton. Now, usually with these videos, I like to have a look around town before we go to the match, but I know Eastleigh very well and that is going to be a challenge today because there really isn't much there. It's not officially a suburb of Southampton, but it might as well be. The Spitfire made its first ever flight from Eastleigh Aerodrome, now known as Southampton Airport, but you won't see many references to that in the town itself. So today we're going to do something different. We'll look at the tragic tale of two former residents of Eastleigh who both have streets named after them. About a 10-minute walk from the town centre is a quiet little cul-de-sac called Heinz Burt Close. If you're less than about 65, you'll have no idea who that is, but if you were a fan of music during the rock and roll era, his name will be very familiar. During the 1960s, the legendary record producer Joe Meek was looking for a new poster boy. After turning down the Beatles, Rod Stewart and David Bowie, Meek was a very good producer but a bit of a cretin, he discovered a young bass player called Heinz Burt. After being refused the opportunity to record with Billy Fury, the biggest name in the UK at the time, Meek was desperate for his own solo artist, and he was determined to push Heinz into the limelight. But Heinz was not a frontman, to put it mildly, and Meek, despite his musical prowess, was not an astute businessman. Despite releasing the hit single Just Like Eddie, Heinz became a figure of ridicule, releasing one terrible single after another. In an age where homophobia was still rampant, Heinz's bright blonde hair frequently marked him out as potentially gay, and sadly this drew a lot of abuse. And as you can imagine, he regularly had to suffer the indignity of having baked beans thrown at him. The 2009 movie Telstar depicts Heinz as a closet homosexual who had a relationship with Joe Meek, but that movie is riddled with factual errors and cannot be trusted. Also, it's got James Corden in it, so just avoid it altogether. Whatever the depth of their friendship, the two certainly had a falling out. Meek's records were no longer selling and his mental health was spiralling out of control. And when Meek committed a murder-suicide in 1967 using a gun that Heinz had left at the studio, Heinz's recording career was effectively over. He continued to play occasional nostalgia shows until his death from motor neurone disease in 2000, giving his last performance from a wheelchair just weeks before his passing. He was only 57. But you don't have to be over 65 to know who Benny Hill was. Not only a fantastic comedian, Benny Hill was also an accomplished actor. He worked in Eastleigh as a milkman, which may have inspired his 1971 Christmas #1, Ernie, the fastest milkman in the West. Unlike Heinz, Benny enjoyed success in almost everything he did. Hill was best known for his slapstick comedy, and you still can't hear yakety sax without picturing a long line of policemen, nuns and other assorted people chasing him. Benny Hill took his stage name from the American actor Jack Benny. After leaving the army at the end of the Second World War, Benny Hill began performing in music halls. By the 1960s, Hill was one of the most celebrated comedians in the country, and his wordless sketches would even give him fame overseas. Despite all this, Benny Hill was a loner. Deeply insecure, especially regarding his physical appearance, Hill never married and had no children. He lived alone in a small apartment in London, maintained a shrine to his mother, whose death he never really reconciled, and kept an extremely frugal existence. In the 1980s, when political correctness was on the rise, the Benny Hill Show started to fall out of fashion. Images of an old man chasing half-naked young women certainly wouldn't fly today. After the cancellation of the show in 1989, his health began to decline. 3 years later, he suffered a blood clot while watching television at his apartment, and his body was discovered 2 days later. He was 68. Well, that was depressing, but there's always a silver lining because Eastleigh has another famous former resident. He doesn't have a street named after him, but he's the popular BBC radio presenter Scott Mills, and he... Oh yeah, I forgot that. Sorry, let's just go to the game. Here we are at the Silver Lake Stadium, home of Eastleigh FC. Eastleigh FC were formed by a group of friends in a pub in 1946. Originally called Swathling, the team played its matches at Southampton Common, before realising there were already far too many football teams in the city. So they took the decision to find a whole new catchment area and moved slightly outside the city. As Eastleigh FC, the club slowly climbed out of the Hampshire Leagues to the cusp of the EFL, and today they're a solid National League Premier side that's kind of stuck in limbo, too good for the National League South, but never consistent enough to push for League Two. Their opponents today, by stark contrast, have been up and down like a bride's nightie. For many years, Scunthorpe United occupied the lower reaches of the Football League. Former players include the recently departed Kevin Keegan, Ray Clements, Ian Botham, yes, that Ian Botham, and Peter Beagrie, who was a much better player than people remember. In the mid-2000s, under Nigel Adkins, there came a purple patch. Scunthorpe United gained promotion to the Championship, where they found themselves slightly out of their depth. What happened next was a disaster. Relegation after relegation caused Scunthorpe to fall down as far as the National League North. But now they're bouncing back, and after being knocked out of the playoffs last season, they are one of the favourites for automatic promotion back to the EFL. As the teams come out, let's look at the lineups. Wimbledon loanee Harry Sidwell starts for Eastleigh today, as does Max Dickov, son of Paul Dickov. There's one change from the side that lost to Kidderminster. Ibrahim Bakari dropped to the bench and Jordan Cousins replaces him. Scunthorpe had a worrying 1-0 defeat to Southend last time out, so they make 3 changes. Out go Ogle, Gale and Richards, and in come Rowley, Starbuck and Butterfield.
Potato grids.
Your teams one more time today, starting with the visitors. Number 1, Louis Jones. Number 3, Brandon Horton. Number 5, and captain, Will Evans. Number 6, Callum Howe. Number 7, Declan Howe. Number 8, Alfie Beeston. Number 10, Luke Brennan. Number 11, Joe Rowley. Number 14, Patrick Jones. Number 21, Joseph Starbuck. And number 23, Jacob Butterfield. And your Spitfires today, in goal, number 1, Nick Townsend. Number 4, Harry Sidwell. Number 6, Demi Waker. Number 7, Max Dickov. Number 8, Josh Lundstrom. Number 11, Aaron Blair. Number 12, Ollie Hawkins. Number 14, Nick Akoto. Number 18, Tommy Dobson-Ventura. Number 24, and captain, Jordan Cousins. And number 20...
So as we kick off, neither team has had a blistering start to the season. I won't show you the current table because we're only 2 games in and that would be pointless. And for the first 35 minutes, this game is pretty pointless. Chances are few and far between and neither team manages to keep any composure in front of goal. The game desperately needs a spark, and on 37 minutes, Harry Sidwell provides it. and that kicks Scunthorpe into gear, but not before Eastleigh get a good chance to double their lead. So now we're cooking. Scunthorpe realise they need to get their arses in gear or suffer the long trip back to Lincolnshire with nothing. But at half-time, the home side have the advantage. The second half transforms into an absolutely rip-roaring game. Scunthorpe are desperate to show everyone why the pundits are tipping them for promotion, and on 51 minutes, Alfie Beeston receives the ball on the edge of the box. The game kicks up another notch. Aaron Blair has been a menace all game, and on 55 minutes he gets his reward.
Oh, nice one. Nice goal. The same reaction.
Goal to the Spitfires, scored by number 11, Aaron Blair. Sponsored by Fred and Alex Cole.
On 60 minutes, Scunthorpe get an unmissable chance to equalise. But they can't miss them all. On 71 minutes, a perfect through ball finds James Gale on the edge of the box. But the parity only lasts for 2 minutes. After a brief goalmouth scramble, Josh Lundstrom has the ball barely 2 yards from goal.
Goal to the Josh Lundstrom. Sponsored by Neptune Windows League.
The game becomes frenetic. Scunthorpe are desperate for the equaliser that their efforts deserve, but Eastleigh are not prepared to rest on their laurels. And that's it. After 7 minutes of injury time, it's over. It's a long way back to North Lincolnshire, and Scunthorpe continue their winless run. Eastleigh have won 2 out of 3, and boy, their tails are up. So, great game today. Both sides deserved to win, but the Spitfires just had the cutting edge. As I make my way home through the appalling M3 traffic, this video ends. We're going down Plymouth next time. See you then.